instead of doing a very long recap post from 2025, I thought it'd be a lot more fun to grab Emily Chester and Jimmy K off the street and make this fun video for everybody. So here is our 2025 recap wrap. So I'm going to start off with some NMR by the numbers. The total number of states we have run as a group in official races, 20. 20 states from New York to California and all in between. Going on to total countries outside of the United States and including America, official races, 9. 9 countries. Amazing. Total number of NMR TV appearances, 5. Including Emily on one of them, including yours truly on one of them. Sorry, Jimmy.
No, man. Not fast enough.
It's not about speed, it's about catching the camera, or the camera catching you. All right, we had 21 total number of bingo square challenges for our holiday bingo. Our cross-country border races, 2. 2 races went right back and forth on 2 different countries. Number of pickleback shots, 4. It's part of the bingo challenge. What a lovely, lovely challenge. I want to start with each month of the year highlights. So instead of going and doing every single race and everything that we've done, I just picked a bunch of different things. Before I launch into that, I want to just shout out a couple of people that had some incredible achievements. The amazing Amy Friel had her, am I saying this right, the Avid 6 World, is that Emily,
6
correct?
star.
6 star, which is 6 world marathon races, and her medal is really cool because it's all 6 marathons for all the different countries, all in one medal. Absolutely incredible feat. Rich Kopek, he ran a 100-mile race from his hometown in Poland to Germany. That's one of the cross-border races. It's not even an official race, but he did it by himself. Jimmy, he did it by himself. It's incredible.
Is that even an official race?
Not
by himself.
Not an official race, but
That's insane.
I mean, it's just incredible. 100 miles. He was aided by only his wife, Beata, who is amazing, and their son.
Patience
And
of a saint.
incredible. And I will say this. What I found to be even more insane, when he was finished with this 100-mile expedition, took him about 21, 22 hours. He drove back home, and you're thinking, well, what's the big deal? 2 hours. He drove 2 hours back home into Poland, back to his hometown. After he ran for 100 miles with all the Red Bulls in his system and all the other foods and gels, probably had him so hyped up. But Rich, an incredible, incredible experience and an amazing achievement.
He's unbreakable. I asked him once, are you looking for something to break you? He said yes, and then so far nothing has broken him. So, very
If you can do 100 miles by yourself,
nothing is breaking
it's
him.
insane. And one other notable achievement that's near and dear to me as far as something incredibly is Patty Wong, who's more of a land shark endurance triathlete, but people may know her also for her running prowess as well. But she eclipsed 1,000 days of a daily running streak, which yours truly finds to be quite amazing because I've done it myself, and kudos to you, Patty. Numbers. Awesome. We're going to commence with the races and runs of the months of the year. So I'm just going to kick off and start with January. Let's see. The Disney Goofy, which is a 5K, a 10K, and a half marathon all in a row. Kim Sharoff completed that last January. Bring us to the Blue Point. Jimmy, Blue Point. Cheers. Which is a fan favorite. It's a 10-miler, mid-January, always in brutal cold weather.
Coming up?
Which is coming up
Saturday.
actually this Saturday. Jan Katowski-Chang and Ken Jr. both set PRs in that race last year, so great job. The Dallas Half Marathon, Sue Werner did that in January. Another half marathon in Key West, Lori Inamorata, she did that. You'll hear those two names quite often. Going on to February, there was the Gasparilla Distance Classic in Tampa. This is a crazy event because it's a 15K followed by a 5K and then a half marathon and then a 5-mile run, all in order. And Matt Adler and Sue Muller both accomplished that. I mean, that is just...
That's a lot of miles.
That's a lot of miles.
That's a lot of
That's a lot of
miles.
races in a row. It's
That's a lot of
crazy.
steps.
A lot of steps. And one more other notable race out of town, the Rock and Roll Las Vegas 5K and half marathon. Lori Inamorata again, she did that. And Vegas is awesome. And to do a Vegas race, incredible.
I think she accounts for a lot of the 20 states visited, and Sue and Matt and
Oh my
Sue
gosh.
Werner, a lot
Completely.
of helpful with the 20 states.
We'll be hearing a lot of their names.
Yes,
throughout this
yes,
whole
you
thing.
shall.
That takes us to March, the Tokyo Marathon. Amy and Lauren Friel went to Tokyo and ran. Had a great experience. Then we had the New York City Half, where Alice, Taramina, Lisa Durante, and Daphne Roberts set PRs. And Jimmy over here lost his phone for the day, so he ran the whole race, did the whole day in the city with no phone. And it was found.
Remember
It was
this.
Found eventually.
I would have broken
He will
2
never
hours
forget
if
it.
I had my phone.
With music, no
It
music,
was so
no phone.
frustrating. It was I raw dogged the race is what it was.
Lucky for race photos, there's evidence.
There's evidence he did run the race, of course.
And Lori went to Bermuda for a 5K, also in March. Takes us to April. We had the Cherry Blossom 10-miler in DC. Dan and Jackie Caradad set PRs, and that race is coming back up again in April. I know Lisa Capelanis is doing a team
Yes.
for that, so people reach out to her if they're interested. The Disney Spring Orlando 5K, 10K, and 10-miler, Kim Shara. Hector
Again.
Park Half Marathon was a first-time race for Andrea Kasowitz. Then we had a big group go to the Boston Marathon. Amy, Lauren, Yuri, Rob, and Daphne Roberts, and Lori. They did their Boston Marathon.
Those people again.
Yeah.
All these people do is race.
Easter Bunny 5K. We were there again, second time in a row,
Yes.
getting on News 12. For some reason, just seems to be a very small race, so very
Yes.
easy to just catch the camera and give a little shout out. London, I went to London Marathon. It was awesome, great experience, recommend it. And 100K Canyons Endurance in California by Rich Kopak.
Oh, look
So
at that. Rich
100K,
Kopak,
not
another
100 miles,
100, another
100K,
100
A
race.
so-
lot of endurance
Incredible.
racing by Rich, yeah.
Sandra Blum set the 5K PR around Merrick, just in town, which is incredible to just do a PR
Yeah,
Was she-
on
when-
your own with no race.
Was she
That's
chasing a
amazing.
flag at that point or no?
No
No,
flag,
this is
not
it.
yet.
This is April.
That's,
She'll,
yeah,
hunt, she'll hunt one down.
I
for
think it
sure,
was
for
in
sure.
preparation for that.
that's amazing. Then you have the Jersey Half Marathon with Sue Muller and the full marathon with Matt Adler, who proposed to her at the marathon. So sweet.
Congratulations to the new couple to be married.
So nice.
All right, Jimmy, I'm putting your
Please put me down. Thank you.
putting your way.
All right, that brings us to May. We have the Long Island Marathon with Emmy Gaines and Matt Adler. Is it Gaines or Gaines? I've never heard her say it last.
I think it's Gans.
Okay, Emmy
I
Gaines.
think so.
Don't beat me up, Emmy. We have the Rebel White Mountain Marathon in New Hampshire, and Rob Roberts was the only one crazy enough to run that one. He set a PR in that. We have an Indiana Half Marathon, and Sue Werner, no surprise, ran that one of her 150 half marathons this year, or last year. The New Hampshire Granite Half Marathon was David Basile set a PR. Congratulations to David. We have the NYPD Memorial 5K. It was Grace O'Connor's, her first race. And we have the Esprit de Corps Half Marathon in Virginia. It's with Sue Werner. Is that the Marine one?
It's maybe it was a Marine. I think it was some kind of military theme.
Well, yes, of course.
Yes.
Anyway.
Could have been a Marine.
And then
But Sue Werner 2 in 1 month out of town. Crazy.
this brings us to one of our largest races for the year for NMR, one that I have yet to attend. Robbie's Run. We have a lot of medals that were given out, so bear with me. We have Eric Frischberg, who came in first, Drew McLaughlin third, Scott Hall was second. These are all age groups.
Age groups,
Age
yes.
groups.
Not
Age group
overall,
medals.
but
Age
age
groups.
groups, which is still awesome.
Scott Hall came second in his age group. Amy Friel, third in hers. Lisa Rossi, first in hers. Lisa Capolanga, first in hers, of course. We have Yuri Yampolsky. He was third in his. Marc Turner, second. What a surprise. Lauren Friel was first in her age group. Jan Katowski-Chang, first in hers. Lori Enamorata, second in her age group. And we have Susan Coe, who was first in her age group. And we have somebody who made the wrong turn at the police barricade halfway through. He might have been cheating. We're not sure. Just kidding. He came in third, Rob Roberts, in his age group. Ooh. Come on, Coop.
Good boy.
Come on.
Out of frame, the dog is jumping on the couch.
We're back. We're back.
And we're back.
And we're back to June, because that's what comes after May. And we have the John Watson Project, which was crazy. That flag changed hands so many times. And I remember, forget the person, I think it was Drew that was chasing me down. And we went for the flag at the same time. And then he followed me home. He gave me 5 minutes so my kids could have it.
Right.
I wish I did it by the numbers with flag changing back and forth, but I
Miles
couldn't
on the
even
flag.
think about either miles run or change of flag. It would just go
I
on.
like the hiding it in a new spot on Sunday night. That was fun.
That's
that was
always
cool.
fun, yeah.
That's this year's.
That was this year, yeah.
That was this,
That
yeah.
fun.
This year you can
Oh,
track
this-
the mileage of the flag. Try and
I'll
figure
do
it out.
that this year.
Oh,
Take
you
over
mean
Strava?
coming up?
Yeah.
Sure. Project for June this year. Okay.
Sandra Bloom ended up winning the final flag and the final flag / shirt
Right.
because she deserves it so much. She loves that flag.
Very fitting that she got it. I think.
We had the Rainbow Run where myself, Drew, Kara, Alex, Emily, Lori, and Leslie, we all ran it. There were no age group medals. It was maybe 100 people maximum.
But we were number 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Our big numbers were all in succession.
Yeah,
1, 2, 3, 4.
We signed up right away when
Yes.
it came out. Good run. If they do it again, everyone should
It's
do
a
that.
fun run in East
Yeah.
Meadow.
It's an easy, quick, fun run, yeah. It's
Yes.
very colorful, if you can
Very
imagine.
colorful.
We have the Queen's 10K where Daphne Roberts earned her 9+1. The Tyree Curry 5K, Marc Turner, #1 overall, and News 12 celebrity,
Right on.
as always.
Thank you very much. Oh, back to me doing now July. And July comes after June. Yes. Another fan favorite.
That's
is-
my
I know
line.
I'm stole your
That's my
line. I'm
line.
sorry. I couldn't resist. It's so good. Okay, so the Belmore Striders 4 mile July 4th race, another fan favorite local race, kicked off July. Then Sue Muller and Matt Adler together again. They did a half marathon in Oregon. It was called the Foot Traffic Flat Half Marathon. The Palmetto Dunes 5K and the Sea Pines Dolphin Dash 5K. Those are 2 back-to-back races in South Carolina. So Neil Botnikov and his daughter Mila ran those together while they were on vacation. So that's really awesome. The Strokes and Stride Boulder 5K in Boulder, Colorado. Lori Inamorata and her daughter ran that together. So another mother and daughter combo race running out of town. So continuing. Oh, this is a crazy challenge. I don't know who thought this up. I think Chris Jacoby thought this up. And he was one of the only people that did it. Laura Greco and Chris Jacoby did the Run Your Face Off 24-hour marathon challenge, which you may recall was a 24-hour run a mile each hour to complete the marathon. And I guess you run a little extra at some point to get to the 26. Is that sort of right? You got the gist of it.
But it's not a marathon unless you do it all at one time,
Well,
which has been debated a lot of times in our group.
it could be debated all day long. But I think that's even crazier and more difficult to run 24 hours. Every hour running a mile is, wow.
Sounds like Cramp Central.
I mean, NMR is no stranger to crazy
Overnight,
things,
yeah.
but that could be one of the craziest things. But only the 2 people that finished it were Chris and Laura, and kudos to you,
Amazing.
or you're
Through
crazy,
a heat
or
wave,
both.
through a heat wave and thunderstorms.
Oh, right, yeah, because you
shooting
get all
stuff.
the elements and the evening darkness. Oh my gosh, it's pretty crazy to do that. So August was kind of a quieter month with mostly a lot of local races and such, but the big fun annual event is the Run the Boards in Long Beach, which was our 5th year anniversary of doing that. Can you believe it? 5 years of the Run the Boards, and we had a huge turnout for that. It was so much fun. Weather was great.
Yeah.
We had a really great
Beers are great at Bright Eyed Beer.
Always.
Brewery.
Yeah. And then one of the, a big one here, the Sydney Marathon in Australia. Drew McLaughlin ran that, and he kind of was, I guess, half of his honeymoon with his wife, newlywed Cara, was in Australia. And so, congrats to the newlyweds, but congrats to Drew for being the first NMR person to run in Australia and run a marathon in Australia on top of that. So, really awesome. All right, so that's it for August, and now we go to September.
Now we're in September, back to school, and Amy and Tara did SOS in New Paltz, which if you ask either of them about it, they'll tell you so much. It's bike, swim, run, bike, bike, swim, run through beautiful upstate and gorgeous.
That race is
amazing
crazy.
to them, and
That
they're
race is
done,
crazy.
they're retiring, but I'm sure they're
Oh yeah, three
they'll be
times.
back,
Three times is enough for them.
it's incredible
Insane.
training, incredible racing. Then we had Cow Harbor. The PRs that year were Samantha Jolton, Jean Fromm, and Lauren Ducham set their PRs for Cow Harbor.
That's a fun race. I always enjoy Cow Harbor.
So fun.
Another fan favorite of
Yeah.
NMR.
Such a
Yes.
good race.
Awesome.
That same weekend was the Ironman at Jones Beach.
Yes.
And Berlin. I was there with Rose and Julie and Alex, who roller skated the whole thing, and then she gets her entry for next year. An incredible event to watch. That
Very
was all
cool.
one weekend.
That's
Cow
so
Harbor, Ironman, and Berlin. Then in
Another
Ohio,
weekend.
Sue Muller was doing the Air Force half marathon. That was also, there was the Bronx 10 in September, and Tunnel to Towers Pace the Month Challenge, where you had to do your best 400, 800 mile, 5K, 10K, half marathon, right?
Yes.
Marc and Lori hit diamond status. Keith and I hit platinum status. Mine was during Berlin. It was when I said, "Oh,
Oh,
okay, I
right.
finished Pace the Month right now internationally."
That's
So
right.
That was a fun challenge.
Right.
We'll
And that
bring
was
one
each
back.
each
Each
day in a
day,
row. You could only do
consecutively.
one of those things.
Right.
So it was just a 400 meter and then a mile or whatever the
Go
sequence
all
was.
out. Yeah, it was fun. A new challenge.
That was hard. I
Yeah.
gotta say.
10
especially
miler
at
and a
the end.
13 miler back
Right.
to back. So,
So-
that was a diamond status.
So
Yeah.
just to interject for a second, for all those people that have run those Florida races where you're doing a 5K and a 10K and a half mile, or like all those races in 2-3 days in a row, wow, that's a lot. And just doing it locally where I'm not racing and on my own pace, that was a challenge and that was difficult. But my goodness, to do it at an official race for 3 days in a row, give everyone a lot of
Yeah.
credit who does those kind of things. So
Yeah.
yeah, crazy stuff.
And in October, we had a big group go to Chicago. There was Christy Roman, Erin Lentini, Lisa Brunengraber, Lisa Iturrante, and Jan and Daphna set PRs there. And then there's a Babylon 5K. Jeffrey Oden got first place in his age group.
Was there only one person running in his age group? Like how that? I'm just kidding,
Just
Jeff.
let-
Love you, Jeff.
Edit that out.
Love you.
Yeah, edit that out.
Good luck.
Slaughter.
Good luck with this one.
Oh yeah, right.
The
Pronounce that.
Slaughter's Plasloop.
Slaughter class
Plasloop
sloop.
10K in Amsterdam. Lori and Murata got third place in her age group there. Ask her how to pronounce that place.
I am an asset.
Toronto Marathon, Sue Muller and Matt Adler. Detroit to Canada, this was one of the cross-border races. Lori and Murata for the half marathon in Detroit. And the Suffolk County Marathon, Rich Kopek set his PR. And for Laura Capo, it was her first marathon. Congratulations. And then our big marathon. There are some first timers in New York City as we get to November.
We're back to me. So November comes after October. So November, of course, we have the New York City Marathon. I don't have any names listed here, but
I
I'm
should say Eric Frischberg. Big
Eric
shout out for
Frischberg,
his
yes,
first,
first
big
shout
marathon.
Was there anyone else that was their first? Lauren Juchum? I
First
think it was her
marathon,
first
first
marathon
marathon,
as well.
yeah.
So
Good, congratulations
job, Lauren.
to them.
Good
Come
job,
back for
Eric.
more. Do it again.
yeah.
It sounds terrible. We also had the Long Beach Turkey Trot 10K where Scott Hall set his PR. We have the Philly half, where Gene Froman set her PR, probably also catching a Metallica concert there, or maybe 3.
Awesome. Yeah.
We have the Merrick Belmore Turkey Trot, the first of its kind, not being hosted by NMR, where Emmy Gans placed first in her age group, and it was her 21st birthday. Congratulations, you can finally have a beer. We had Rob's Run, where it wasn't a big turnout from NMR, except for the new crew Who Dis, where we cleaned up. We were number 1, group medal, me and Marc and Emily and Lauren, and we kicked a bunch of ass.
That we did, yes.
It wasn't just our open co-ed group. We were number 1 group for everybody by at least 2 to 3 minutes.
At least.
We were crushing it. And me, myself, it was my first time I placed in a race. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you. I had my phone. It was our 3rd place in my age group. I was very happy about it. And then we round out the year with December, everyone's favorite or least favorite month, with the Hot Chocolate 5K in Seaford. Yes. Back to form. No raffle winners.
Not this
as
year.
usual. Mark Turner placed first place in his age group. Matt Adler, second place in his. Amy, first place in hers. Alice, second place in hers. Emily Chester, first place in hers. And Yuri, second place in his. And then we finished up December with Rehoboth half marathon, where Kim Sheriff ran it because she loves running half marathons in other states.
That's kind of a cool bookend, because you know what? She kicked us off in January with the Goofy Disney, and then in December she did the last run of the year. First and last. And both of them weren't even in New York. They were both out-of-state races. So there was another race, but it got canceled because of the snowstorm. It's the Jingle All the Way in Seaford, which is right after the Hot Chocolate race, which is also kind of a fan favorite race as well. So that and then canceled. I will say, shout out to Chris Jacoby, Christian Forey, of course, for all the things that you do for NMR, and another great year, 2025. Also, I asked both of you about what your favorite running event of the year for yourself personally, also what your most accomplished or most memorable running race that you had. So I could start off with myself, and you can jump in and tell us yours afterwards. My favorite, actually my most memorable and most accomplished race of the year or running event was the Tyree Curry 5K race that I ran in June, where I was first overall, which is pretty awesome. I never was first overall in a race before, so that was pretty awesome. And then I ended up getting on News 12, which I didn't even know was going to happen. Now, I'll be honest with you. At the end of the race, I was talking to the mayor of Hempstead, who was there. He's there at this every year. We were just kind of joking with each other, and someone was filming it, but it wasn't someone from News 12. It was just someone filming all sorts of stuff. And then later that day, my phone's going crazy, and people are saying, I see you on News 12, and then I see that they had coverage of that particular race, and there I am crossing the finish line and yucking it up with the mayor of Hempstead. So that was awesome. And for myself, my most enjoyable or favorite running, related event or moment of the year was the Rob's Run. I mean, I run every day, so there's always something crazy going on between pool hopping and running in the mornings and other crazy things that we do with, bingo squares and stuff. But the Rob's Run, it was awesome. I mean, it was only the 4 of us this year, so it was a light turnout from NMR, and we just had a great day. It was supposed to rain, and it didn't until the very end. We had a great time. You won a medal individually for the first time, which is awesome. We all together won, and I just had a great time with it. It's just a great event, and just that whole moment. If I could play Motley Crue, Kickstart My Heart right now, because that's what they do. Race Awesome runs a great race, and they play that blaring as you're waiting to run in start, and it just is, for me as a heavy metal fan, it's awesome. and just energized. And I don't know, I just love it. It's such a great race, and I thought that whole event that day just was fantastic. So that's my personal moments of the year that I thought were the greatest for me personally.
Okay.
So which one do you want to jump in and do yours?
I'll be the meat. You guys can be the pieces of bread because I'm definitely not going to give you that much.
Do whatever you want to do.
Personally, I really proud of myself for the half marathon, even though I missed my goal of 2 hours at 2:02. Doing 13 miles without any music, without knowing my pace, without knowing nothing, it was incredibly difficult because I rely on that stuff. And to even come close to 2 hours was like something that was, crazy for me. I was sad, but I was also happy that I was able to do it without all that stuff. We don't need all these fancy watches and phones and music. We don't need it. We do need it. And I think one of my favorite runs, besides Rob's run, I'm not gonna piggyback on Rob's run, but I really,
that's cool.
I would love to because it was my third place, my first time getting a medal, and it's always a fun race. It's very technical, up and down, and then once you think you're done, there's more, and it's a hill. But it was fun. But I personally like the rainbow run because I like the colors. I like being silly and being myself and just being able to be colorful and support
and wearing glitter.
Cause. I love wearing glitter. It was great.
Yeah, it was great. It was fun.
And it was a nice day. It was nice, cool. It was a rainy day, but it was cool. It was cool. Okay, now you're up.
Okay.
Awesome. That's great.
Best, proudest moment I think was in London. It was my daughter's first time spectating a marathon, and my daughter, my husband, my sister-in-law, and my moms were all there on the Tower Bridge, which is mile 13. And in any marathon you ever run, when you see your family, it's so unexpected. Even though you know exactly where they're going to be, you're just like, oh, you're here. What are you doing here? It's so weird. So I've had that feeling every time, but this was my first time seeing my daughter there, and that was really,
awesome.
Really special. And then she, then went on to spectate New York City, so now she's a pro at spectating. But that moment when I first saw them in the crowd on mile 13, I was like, okay, I got this. I can do it, and it was really special all around. I would say also Rob's Run and Pride Run, but I won't steal those either. Those are both,
can too.
those are both so fun. And I did the Ragnar camping run this summer in Vermont, and that was wild. The running part, not fun at all, but the hanging out part was so fun. So it was great to have a event that was running based, but I was actually I like the other stuff too, besides the running, than just hanging out and chilling at camp. And that was a great experience. I would recommend it to people who are interested in it. But that was it.
Awesome.
Oh, and a special shout out for those who endured Summer Run Series. As
Yeah.
every year where there's cancellations, race shortenings, and it's just such a pain in the butt to get there on a weekday at 7 o'clock. Shout out to everyone who did that. Personally, me, I did it. It stinks. And every year I was like, I'm not going to do it again, and then I end up doing it again anyway because you can't beat $90 for 8 races.
My credit card has that as an expected transaction. It's you're going to spend this on April 1st.
Awesome.
So recommend that too.
Shout out to everybody who runs around town, runs a race. Every time you lace up the shoes and get the heck out of your house, whether it's 10 degrees or 100 degrees or you're running a marathon or a mile, it doesn't matter. It's awesome. As long as you're out there doing it, fantastic. So, run as you are, everyone. Awesome 2025. 2026 has just begun. Let's make it awesome.
Let's go.
Cheers.
Cheers.